All right, real quick update. Just wanted to emphasize something real quick before I forget about it. You see, we got higher highs over here during this very recent pump we just had, but look over on Market Cipher, you notice that we had lower momentum waves. And of course, that would mean that is bearish divergence. And so you might be wondering, well, okay, we got bearish divergence. Did it play out? Technically, yes, but it really only played out in this little sideways move for the most part. And if you're wondering why, your answer lies down here in the money flow. Because not only were we coming up in the money flow, but we were coming up quite a bit. And you just got to remember that, you know, the money flow is the one who rules them all. And so even though that, you know, bearish divergence, you know, we did consolidate for a little bit here. Oh, there we go, breaking stuff. Even though it did consolidate for a little bit there, it's not going to deviate terribly far from that pumping money flow right there. And if you are watching real quick, just a little update here. We had a big pump. It's not really doing it justice. It's more like that. But we are pulling a little bit to the downside. At this point, if you are not already in a long, preferably anywhere down here or below, you know, if you had a nice entry down here coming up on the crossover, props to you. But, you know, don't jump in FOMO at this point. You know, we're getting a little bit of a pullback. Money flow is starting to come down a little bit. One thing to keep an eye on, though, as the RSIs are coming down, they are starting to spread a little bit. So be careful with the shorts. If that is what you were thinking of doing, keep in mind we already came below zero with the VWAP all the way back here. So I don't imagine we're going to be below for too much longer. It's just a question of, you know, how much will we pull back? Is it just going to be another little consolidation like this? Because you want to keep in mind on the higher time frames, you know, money flow increasing. Not quite a trigger wave. Didn't have anything real big behind it, but momentum coming up. RSIs together coming up. Come over here to the 1 hour. You know, money flow still generally trending upward. Did have this nice little, you know, upward trend going with these, and you could probably consider this like a trigger wave. Certainly played out like one. But here, you know, 14, 15, 10, 10, these 10s are basically just sustained bullish pressure for the moment. You know, we are not necessarily close to coming back down, but you know, if this plays out sideways, takes a bounce off, it would be a fantastically bullish evening. RSIs are together, still pointed up. Just to jump around on some other higher time frames, you know, barely anything to the red money flow coming back up. Very nice on the 3 hour. Looks like coming back together right there a little bit as we spread on their way down. So, you know, weakness to the bear side. Nice 16-17 on DBSI. Jump over to the daily here. Coming up in the green on the money flow, looking quite nice. RSI, you know, had a little bit of split on that uptrend. Pulled together on that little pullback. Fairly constant heading up from here. Had a wicked little bounce in the VWAP. Didn't even quite make it to zero, but again, you can see even closer that money flow heading up. So we jump down to the 12-minute just to show you down here. So just starting to get more of that bearish pressure. Point it down a little bit. obviously we had a big uptrend in the VWAP and potentially cooling off for a minute, but keep in mind MoneyFlow still generally high, you know, rolling over, you know, potentially just doing the wave on the way up, maybe. It's about, you know, the most green money flow we've had going back to all the way back here, which was kind of the last hurrah for the previous little pump, which was pretty good. So it'd be nice to see a nice big green wave for a change. But that's it. Wanted to keep it short. Just give you that little heads up there. Also, over here on the 12-minute, seeing some bearish divergence here as well. So keep your eyes on that guy right there. RSI is, yeah, generally pointing down. It would not surprise me in the least if we had some form of either pullback or consolidation for a little while. You know, that was a lot of pump action, a lot of buying, a lot of longing. Once you start getting up high, people get a little nervous. Maybe they want to go back the other direction for a little while. So we shall see. I'll be curious to see what it looks like. I'm half tempted to just wake myself up in the middle of the night. 24-minute VWAP just did the crossover. Got our little red dot. Potentially rolling over on that money flow. Little red diamond up here. You know, it's working its way up. It's working its way up through the time frames. Not quite a red candle just yet. But even still, you know, the money flow isn't bad. It's not heading down. If anything, it's just, you know, rolling this top a little bit and just rolling right along with it. You know, RSI still pointed upward on the 30, although we're getting quite close to the zero. What is that number? 0.95. So likely within the next half hour, we'll either see a bounce or a breakthrough on that one. But really still just, you know, not starting out, but we're starting to get to the top on the RSI up here. And as you can see, you know, we can hang out for a little while. It'd be nice. Get another one of these longer green money flows. If that's the case, and we do get a nicer little big green hump right there. I just had to re-put this down. I haven't even like checked to see if it makes any kind of sense at all. Because apparently, oh yeah, just a heads up, be careful. I went to hide all of my drawings and wasn't really looking, and I hit the trash can. Threw it all away, wiped it out. So I'm gonna go back and have to do the spider lines again and all that good stuff. So if you want to see that, I'll save it for a video. If you want to see me go back and redo spider lines like right there, you know, live on the video, be more than happy to. But all right, have a good one. Let's hope it pumps. Let's hope Crypto Claus gives us a present for when we wake up. Later.